One morning, Henry was feeling very sorry for himself. Sometimes he could pull trains, but other times he felt like he had no strength at all. I suffer dreadfully, and no one cares, he complained. Rubbish, Henry, James said. You don't work hard enough. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to him too. I don't know what's wrong with you, Henry. You've had all new parts and lots of new paint. But it's done you no good. If we can't make you better, we have to get another engine to do the work. This made Henry and his crew very sad. Sir Topham Hatt decided to ride on the train Henry would take that day. He managed to start, but his fireman wasn't satisfied. Henry's a bad steamer, he said. I built up his fire, but I just can't get him to make enough heat. Henry tried his best, but it just wasn't enough. He didn't have enough steam, and he came to a stop just outside Edward Station. Oh dear, Henry thought. I shall have to go away. Oh dear. All he had strength for was to slink onto a siding out of the way, while Edward took charge of his train. Sir Topham Hatt and Henry's crew then got to discussing his steaming problems. What do you think is wrong, fireman? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. Excuse me, sir, he answered, but the fact is, the coal is wrong. We've had a very poor lot lately, and today it's worse. The other engines can manage. They have very big fireboxes, but Henry's is small and, well, it can't make the heat. Yes, his biggest flaw, said Sir Topham Hatt. But what can we do about it? Well, said the fireman, there is one idea I have, but I don't know if we can do it. I'd hear it all the same, said Sir Topham Hatt. Well, sir, said the fireman, unsure. With Welsh coal, he'd be a different engine. It burns faster, so it'd be easier for us to make steam for him. Sir Topham Hatt said. It's expensive, but Henry must have a fair chance. I'll have some brought over immediately. When the Welsh coal came, Henry and his crew were very excited. Now we'll show them, Henry, old fellow, said the driver. They carefully made his fire, putting large lumps of coal like a wall around the outside. Then the glowing middle part was covered in smaller lumps. You're spoiling my fire, complained Henry. Wait and see, said the fireman. We'll have a roaring fire before you know it. It turned out Henry's fireman was right. When Henry reached the platform, his water was boiling nicely, and he had to let off steam. How are you, Henry? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. Peep, peep, I feel fine, whistled Henry. Have a good fire, driver? Never better, sir, and plenty of steam. No record breaking, warned Sir Topham Hatt. Don't push him too hard. Henry won't be pushing, sir. I think I'll have to hold him back, said the driver. Henry had a lovely run. He had never felt so well in his life. He wanted to go faster, but his driver wouldn't let him. Steady, old fellow, he would say. There's plenty of time. They arrived early at the station. Thomas had just puffed in. Where have you been, lazy bones? Asked Henry. Oh, I can't wait for dawdling tank engines like you. Goodbye. Whoosh, said Thomas to Annie and Clarabelle. Have you ever seen anything like it? Both Annie and Clarabelle agreed that they never had.